I'm here today with a new video and a kind of video that I don't usually do because it's going to be quite a talky one. But I thought, as I sewed quite a lot of garments last year, that I would do a quick video reflecting on my favourite patterns for 2018. So I'm going to break them down into categories and I'm going to do 3 from each category. So here we go. So what I'm going to start with is coats. And I sewed quite a few coats this year. And the first one that I sewed was, and it only just gets into this year, but it was the Waver jacket by Papercut Patterns. I'm going to try and insert images of the items that I've made also so you can see what I'm talking about. And this coat I really love, and it's probably one of my most worn coats because not only do I wear it when the weather gets a bit more chilly, I also wear it in the springtime. It's not actually that warm because I didn't line it with anything. So, excuse me, I made this coat from a chino fabric and it's got a quilted lining also. It was pre-quilted, and both fabrics I bought from Croft Mill. And I really like it. I think it's a really simple jacket. It comes in 2 lengths, a shorter length, which is the style that I made, but it also comes in a longer length. It does also have the option of a channel around the waist to cinch it in if you want to, but I left that off because I quite liked the A-line shape. So that's my first coat. Then I'll move on to my next one, which again is a coat that I have worn a lot, and I do have plans to make another one. And it is the Sew Over It Anna coat. Forgive me if I keep looking down, but I've made notes obviously because I've got quite a few patterns to go through. So yes, it's the Sew Over It Anna coat. It's a trench coat which is pretty simple. It doesn't have any of the overlay yoke detail. It doesn't have pockets or anything. It's just got side seam pockets. It's got a vent at the back, and also it doesn't have any buttons, so no bound buttonholes or anything like that. And also it is unlined. It was in the Sew Over It ebook, which was released this year, the Work to Weekend ebook. And I really like this coat. I think it's a really nice style. It's a pretty simple make, and I do have plans to make another one in a shorter length, so omitting the vent from the back and also drafting a lining. So the final coat that I made, and it's a jacket, it was the Schnittchen Patterns Coco jacket, and this was a recent make of mine which featured on the Satisfaction blog. And I know because it's recent, it's obviously quite fresh in my mind, but it's a really simple blazer style with that Chanel Coco jacket rounded neckline, but really nice, fully lined, 2-part sleeve. If you want to hear more about it, if you check back to my October-November makes, then it's in there, or hop over to the Satisfaction blog where you can find out more. Okay, so moving on to the next category, which is trousers. So I really love making trousers, and trousers was the reason why I started sewing in the first place, because I am quite tall. I'm 5'8", and I have ridiculously long legs for my height. I wear a 36-inch leg, which obviously I am completely out of proportion. I've got a really short body and really long legs, but I could never get trousers to fit me. And I tried, you know, tall places, but they were never stylish. They were always a little bit frumpy. So anyway, trousers are what got me back into sewing. So I've tried quite a few trouser patterns this year, but what I really like are, and it's a relatively recent make, the Camille trousers, again from the Sew Over It Work to Weekend ebook. I've made 2 pairs of these. I've made a grey wool pair and my favourite pair, which is made from a Rio crepe, just a black pair. And these are a really good work staple. I've actually got a navy pair planned as well because I wear them, I reach for them all the time. So that's my first. Second, and another new pattern to me, was the True Bias Lander pants. I actually made the shorts version, so I'm skipping those in here because I don't obviously have a category just for shorts because they're the only shorts I made. But they fitted really well, and I would definitely make the longer length version because they are wide leg and you can either have them cropped or short or long. But yeah, they fitted really well and I really enjoyed making them. They're high-waisted, really great, pretty simple construction, even though they've got a button fly. But yes, I really enjoyed making those and wearing them in the summer. And my final one is an old favourite, but I actually made 2 pairs this year to add to my previous makes, and it is of course the Sew Over It Ultimate Trousers. This year I stuck to the pattern and I didn't add the waistband as I have in my previous patterns. I just used the facing as directed in the pattern, and I made 2 pairs, a plain black pair, but I also made a really lovely yellow banana leaf pair, which are my favourite pair, and I'll put an image of those in here. Okay, so moving on to my next category, which is sweaters. And it's no secret that I am a fan of sewing sweaters. I have a massive pile in my wardrobe and I definitely don't need any more. So my favourites again this year is a favourite that was last year also, and it is the Southbank sweater. I made another couple of, last year I made the dress version, but this year I decided to make the sweater, and I made 2 and they are just brilliant. I wear them all the time. They're made from sparkly sweatshirt fabric from Pin and Sew, and I love them both. My other favourite is the Sew House 7 toaster sweater, and I love this sweater also, so much so that I even made a Christmas version. So yes, that is another one of my favourite sweaters. And finally the Astoria, and I only made 1 of these this year, but I made quite a few last year, the Seamwork Astoria sweater. It's a cropped fitted sweater which is great to wear with high-waisted garments and also under things. It's a really good piece to add to your wardrobe. So moving on now to dresses, and I'm going to start with woven dresses. So I made this year, and this is probably one of my all-time favourite makes, and it is the M7470 denim dress that I made. This is definitely one of my all-time favourite patterns. I love it. It makes me smile just to look at it because it epitomises my idea of the 70s. Pale denim with coppery, brassy snaps, and brassy snaps, not coppery snaps, brassy snaps and big collars. Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favourite items. I also really love the Lisa dress from Athena Kaku Patterns. I made this from the Lisa Comfort Cotton Lawn in the Bohemian Blossom, I think it's called, something like that, but the black colourway, and I really love this dress. The fit was really good, and I really like the detail of the flutter sleeves. And finally is another recent make, but I will definitely make a couple more of these for the summer because the fit was really good, and it is the Magnoila dress by Deer and Doe. And I've just uploaded it in my December make, so if you want to see that, hop over there. Okay, so I also have knit dresses, so my favourite knit dresses. First of all, the Suzy dress, another pattern from Athena Kaku. Well, it was a smiley pattern, but I hear on the grapevine there's plans to release it, I think relatively soon, under Athena Kaku's own pattern brand. This is a really great versatile dress. I made 2 last summer and I wore them loads and loads. They're so comfortable, but they do look really stylish, so I really like those. I also really like the Samantha dress, also from Athena Kaku Patterns, and that has got a really nice collar option. I'm not a fan of the skirt which goes with that pattern because it does have a very full skirt, which I think creates quite a lot of bulk on the hips. So I exchanged the skirt for the skirt from the Jennifer Lauren Laneway dress, and that was much better, but I really love that dress. And my final one, and these are all Athena Kaku patterns, is the Sheona dress. And this is a really versatile pattern, but really comfortable. It's just a basic knit dress, but it has a lot of options, and Athena did so many hacks of it. I think she had something like 12 hacks of this pattern. So a really, really good basic pattern that can be adapted to however you like. Okay, moving on to my next category, which is cardigans. And again this year, the Blackwood cardigan by Helen's Closet. That's one of my favourites. I made another version this year from a purple waffle texture knit from Pin and Sew. And I really, really like that cardigan. And it's one of my cardigans that my husband even says, oh, I really like that one. So yes, I really enjoyed making that. I also have in this category my old faithful, the Jenna cardigan by Muse Patterns. And I've made quite a few of these last year, and I made another one this year, and it is still a forerunner. I have adapted the pattern because I did have some fit issues with it, but now I've adapted it, it's perfect for my shape. So yes, I made another one of those. And finally a new pattern to me, the Jamie cardigan by Ready to Sew. I've not made any Ready to Sew patterns before, but they came on my radar during the Cozy Cardi Challenge. And I really love this pattern, which surprised me because it's quite a blousy cardigan, which I didn't think I would really like, but I have worn it so much. It's so comfy and cozy. So the next category is woven tops. So woven tops, I don't actually have that many woven tops in my wardrobe, and I had to really search through these for this year's favourites. My first one was the B4685 Butterick pattern, which is a gypsy style top. I made a lot of versions where I hacked this into a dress by just lengthening it. And then I also made a top version in a really lovely mustard double gauze from Material Galora, and I really love it. It's such a great pattern. It's so simple, but perfect for the summer. Real perfect pattern. I also made the Libby blouse by Sew Over It, and I think that's a really stylish make. Again, I made that for the Satisfaction blog, and it's got some unusual construction techniques around the collar area. And it's a really flattering shirt. It's cropped length, it comes in 2 lengths I think, but yes, I would definitely make it again, and I do have another version cut out. And one more, which I don't know if I actually made it this year, or if, no, I did make it this year, is the Beatrix top by Made by Ray. Originally I made this for the Satisfaction blog when it was my first ever project for the Satisfaction blog, but I have since made another one, and it's a button back top. It's got bust darts, but really, really simple construction, but a lovely, lovely top. And I made this from a banana print fabric from Pigeon Wishes, and that's the lovely Megan. She used to have an Etsy store, I don't know if she still runs it, but yes, I really like that top, and I would definitely make it again and recommend it because the fit is really good and the instructions are brilliant. So my next category is, let's stick with tops. I'll go with knit tops. So I really love a high neck, as you can see, and I am constantly wearing high necks in all my photos. But this year I discovered the Nico top by True Bias, and I have made quite a few of these. They are such great basic polo neck tops. I really like the fit, I don't have to make any changes, and yeah, it's a really great pattern. It also has a dress, I think it's a maxi length dress with a side slit. Might have slits on both sides, I can't remember, which I do plan to make for the summer because I think it would be a really nice option. So yes, I have that as my top. Then I also have the Molly top by Sew Over It. This was part of the original ebook, which was the City Break. I can't remember, it's called something else, but I can't remember. My Capture Wardrobe, that's it, City Break. And the Molly top. I've made this in the dress version as well. And the Molly top, they're my standard go-to t-shirts. Like a loose fitting t-shirt, really, really great for viscose jerseys with a bit of drape. A really good pattern. I've made quite a few of those. And my final one is the Ostara top by Jennifer Lauren Handmade. This is a really nice fitted t-shirt pattern with a scoop neck. The neckband is really easy to fit, and it's got some really nice locating notches. If you're a bit nervous about neckbands with jersey, I would definitely recommend this pattern, but it is a slim fitting top. So just be warned, check the finished measurements. Okay, so moving on now to jumpsuits. And I can see that my memory card is nearly full, so I may have to stop and change my card. But anyway, jumpsuits. I really love the Abi Jumpsuit by Athena Kaku Patterns. I have made 2 of these, but the favourite one and the one that I wear the most is just a plain black one, and I wore it so much through the summer. It's such an easy pattern to throw on, which actually looks really stylish. I wore it to work, and yeah, really love this pattern. I love the collar, which I took from the Samantha dress and added to this pattern. Really nice. Okay, so I'm hoping the frames are the same because my memory card, my memory card was full. Anyway, so the next pattern in the jumpsuit category is the True Bias Yari, and I think this was actually released last year, but it's a really fab pattern. I made 2 of these and I absolutely lived in them through the summer. When I was on holiday, I made a wash denim version, but I also made a sort of charcoal grey chambray version. And yes, really, I still have the tan lines on my legs from wearing them so much. A really great pattern. I did have, I think I took the side seams in slightly on the size that I made, because it was a little bit loose for me, but it does also have the option of cinching the waist in with D-rings and sort of ties, but I didn't do that. But yeah, that's a really great jumpsuit pattern. Also comes in longer length as well. So yes, love that. And the final one is, and I'm not sure I actually made that this year, but just for the sake of keeping continuity of 3 patterns in each category, my final jumpsuit pattern that is an absolute favourite is a Mimi G jumpsuit. I can't remember what the pattern name is. I think it's something like 1005 or something. I think I actually made it last year, not last year because obviously we're in 2019 now, but I made it in 2017, and I had a lot of fit issues with it, but it's awesome. I love it. So I'm going to insert a picture of that here. But yes, that is a really great 70s style jumpsuit pattern. Okay, so my next category is going to be, let me think. Okay, kids patterns. So kids patterns, obviously I sew quite a lot of kids patterns. My favourite recently is the Rowan tee by Titchy Threads. It's a really great pattern, really good value for money. It has a lot of options. It includes a hoodie, long sleeve t-shirt, short sleeve t-shirt. It's a really good pattern, and they're only digital files, but she's got some really good patterns, especially for boys. And yeah, I've made it a lot of times, but my particular favourite is the shark sweatshirt print hoodies that I made for my 2 boys at the beginning of the year. So yes, I really like that pattern. Also, the 2 stitches Freddie Dungarees. This is a really good pattern as well. A lot, quite a time-consuming and laborious, if that's the right word, pattern, because it's almost fully lined. Each of the individual pieces are actually lined, because you line the straps, the bibs, the cuffs, the pockets, and it's got quite a lot of pockets. So it is quite a time-consuming, along with all the top stitching, it is quite a time-consuming project. But the finish is really good. It's got proper, what do you call them? Button plackets or facings, I can't remember what they're called. But it's got the proper bits on the side for the poppers and everything. It's a really nice pattern. But yeah, like I say, quite time consuming. Also, the Sunny Day shorts, just spoke about it in my December makes. It's a free pattern from Oliver and S. I've made it so many times. I use it to make, because my boys quite like wearing shorts to bed in the summer. So I've made numerous pairs of bedtime shorts for them from it. And I have also converted it into pyjama bottoms recently. Really good pattern, and obviously it's free, so you can't really go wrong. Okay, so let me see, what else have I got? I've only got one more category, you'll be pleased to hear. and that is the miscellaneous category. So I've got a couple of things that don't actually fit into any of the other categories, and I've got 4 here. The first one is the Hudson pants, including the mini Hudson pants by True Bias. I've got quite a lot of True Bias patterns here. I made these for the first time this year for my boys from lovely French terry from Pin and Sew, and they turned out so well, and my boys have worn them loads, and I like them so much that I actually made a pair for myself. And yeah, a really good pattern. I didn't make any changes, a really straightforward sew. It's a slim fitting tracksuit bottom or jogger, I don't really, whichever. And yeah, really comfortable and great loungewear piece. It also comes in a men's version as well as women's. Yeah, I think they've got separate patterns, but yeah. Excuse me. Okay, so also the Givre vest, which is a do and do pattern. It also has a dress. It's got a couple of variations. I think it comes with a contrast panel, which I haven't made. I just used it as a vest pattern, but I also made sort of a bodycon style vest dress from it as well. But yeah, really good pattern. Everything, the bands on the, because it's got neckband and sleeve arm bands as well, they fitted really well. So it's a really good pattern, and I didn't make any changes, and it was, the pattern size guide was really good. And I've got 2 more, which is a recent favourite, the Ivy Pinafore, and this is like my ideal Pinafore dress. I really love it. It's fab. It's fully lined, which means it won't stick to your tights, and I can see it in winter fabrics and summer fabrics. Obviously a classic denim is just going to be fab. Yeah, a really good pattern, and a recent, well, not a recent discovery, I bought it ages ago, but yeah, recent make. And finally, my very last one is the Pippi Pinafore, also from Jennifer Lauren Handmade. If I didn't say, the Ivy Pinafore is also Jennifer Lauren Handmade. The Pippi Pinafore, I made this year as a reviewer for the reviewer panel for Jennifer Lauren, and yeah, a really good pattern. As always, her instructions are really great. The fit was really good. It's got a really lovely finish, and those huge pockets on the front are really awesome. So that is it. Another couple of favourites, just to mention some extra dresses in there. I really loved the Q dress by Nina Lee. I made that this year. The Pilvi dress by Named Patterns, that's a recent make, but I really like that. The Sorrel dress by Jennifer Lauren. I've got plans to make a couple more of those. And finally the Carnaby dress, also by Nina Lee. I made a couple of those this year, and yeah, that's a really great shift dress pattern, and actually I would say fits me better than my Sew Over It shift dresses. So yeah, I would recommend that if you're looking for a shift dress. And that is it. It's a really quick one, although I don't think it is quick because I've obviously filled up my memory card. A bit of a talky one, but I hope it was helpful to highlight some of the really great patterns that are out there at the moment. Yeah, going to be back soon with my January plans, hopefully. I don't actually have that many plans for January yet, save for a pair of trousers, and I've also got a dress in mind. So I'll be back with those soon. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!